Hey, y'all, and welcome to the WDVX Blue Plate Special in beautiful downtown Knoxville, Tennessee. We are here hanging out inside Visit Knoxville, and you can feel free to come join us if you like. But if you can't be here with us today, know that it is streaming live right now from the WDVX Facebook page or our YouTube channel, where you can watch it live right now or later at your convenience. So our guest today has come over from Nashville to make some music for us here today. You all give a great big welcome to Gabe Lee to the Blue Plate Special.
If I were a fisherman of hopes and dreams, I'd buy me a boat and take it out to sea, cutting waves and dodging storms, casting nets down to the ocean floor. Worst case, we go hungry, blame our luck, have a drink, act like we don't care so much. But to keep on swimming, cast away, hooked on your own line from just the other day. And I can't drink the river to dry the land, bury the ocean beneath the sand. But I can love you until the tide pulls me under by and by. I went searching for a pot of gold. Dad always said I had a knack for digging holes. If faith were a shovel to any man of means, why am I always standing the dirt up to my knees? To Carolina, swift I'll drive, edge of the road, sharp as a knife. 100 miles an hour, I'm coming home to you, hoping to make up for all the grief I put you through. I can't drink the river to dry the land, bury the ocean beneath the sand. But I can love you until the tide pulls me under by and by, by and by. Drink the river, my friends. Thanks for coming in to check out some live music in your town today, on this beautiful day, actually. It's been fun pulling in. I'm actually, I rolled in this morning and I'm rolling out right after the show. Got another gig in Nashville. Just a quick run through, but it's nice to be here with y'all, the Blue Plate Special. My name is Gabe Lee. And as far as visitor centers go, you'd be surprised how many visitor centers I played. This is definitely the nicest one. Because it's got AC. Lately I've got to confess, there's a jet plane engine turning in my head. Maybe that's why I'm holed up tight here behind locked doors on a Saturday night. Bittersweet, it's all the same. Cigarettes and sugar cane. What the light don't touch is all I know. To heaven or hell, God rest my soul. I've been here a long, long time, watching the days roll by. Well, and don't you know that under it all, there's a fine line between the darkness and the dawn. And if there ain't no healing without pain, sun without a little rain, for every giving there's a taking. There ain't no loving if a heart don't break. If a heart don't break. I ain't asking you to understand, no, no, the caterwauling of an unpenitent man, of anything I fear the most is the lifelong sentence of a wandering ghost. I've been here a long, long time, watching the days roll by. Well, and don't you know that under it all, there's a fine line between the darkness and the dawn. And if there ain't no healing without pain, sun without a little rain, for every giving there's a taking. There ain't no loving if a heart don't break. No, if a heart don't break. If a heart don't break. If a heart don't break.
This is Gabe Lee with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. I called him a unicorn earlier, but he might prefer Sasquatch. We're going to
Yeah.
call him Sasquatch. He is one of those rare finds over in Nashville, as that he's really from Nashville. He didn't just move there, but he's from there. So, that's a, generally my first two questions, one of my first questions is, how long have you been in Nashville? So though we won't even go there with Gabe. But what to do, your parents were Taiwanese.
Yeah.
And were they musical? Did you come from a musical family?
Yeah, my mom still plays in the church, and sings in the choir. And
Okay.
she was a piano teacher growing up, so I'd go to school for my private piano lessons as a kid, and then I'd come home to my mom, who was another piano teacher. So I never really got away from from the classroom.
You kicked that piano to the side and picked up a guitar at some point.
Exactly.
What age was that when you started playing guitar?
Middle school, something like that.
Okay. So the songwriting came to you when?
Yeah, songwriting, it hits people at different times. For me, it was, you get your heart broke by your first girlfriend in freshman year or whatever of high school, and the best way to emote, as a songwriter is through songs, and we're lucky to have the art and the craft of songwriting to now make songs, but also keep memories and stories alive. But it all starts with one of those seeds of inspiration, which for most people is a little bit of heartbreak, which is okay.
Well, songwriting's different for different people as well. Some people are like, I've got this great melody I've got to get out there. Others have a lyric or a line that they repeat over and over. That's their message. It seems like with you, it's more like storytelling in your writing. Is that the way you work? Do the song lyrics come first and the music comes second, or do you hear the music first and then the lyrics just come?
If you're lucky, they both hit at the same time, and you've got something that stays in your mind, and you can craft around it. My last record, which I put out in July of 2023, is this folk country record called "Drink the River," and it was compiled of songs that kind of came from all over the place, stories from my childhood, people that I met when I was bartending for over a decade in Nashville and other places, and then of course through my travels, as a road dog, as a touring musician, you meet all sorts of interesting people, and if you keep your ear open, everyone's got a story to tell. So that record, Drink the River, is comprised of all these different stories that didn't really live on any other record. Some of these songs were 4 or 5 years old that I was still writing, and they finally found a home together. So yeah, a collection of stories that can sometimes, it takes time to all come together, but it finally made sense.
So it's almost a couple years old now. So do we have sights on a future project?
Yeah. Well, I put out 4 records from 2019 to 2023. In Nashville, records are expensive to make. Each record is like 20, 30 grand. So I'm like 100 grand in debt. You do the math. I'm waiting on that recoupment money to come back before I really set my sights on another record. I'm writing. Inspiration is high. And
cool.
I'm waiting to approach the next record in the right way. But I'm just, I'm on the road and learning the ropes.
And working it hard. Now,
Yeah.
4-hour drive this morning to come over here to be with us, to play for 40 minutes. And then he's going to turn around and drive 4 hours back to Nashville to do another show this evening. So certainly shake and howdy with him afterwards and thank him for making the effort to come over and make some music for us today. And there's merch available over at the merch table as well. We'll chat some more in a minute, but I'm going to back out of the way for right now. We'll get more music from Gabe Lee on the Blue Plate Special.
18-wheeler back road dealer, 100 different ways to ride. If you'd have seen what I seen, done what I done, you'd be looking for a place to hide. Even if I had a shiny silver dollar, every time I missed the promised land, I'd still be $2 shy at the back of the line, 'cause they ain't ever gonna let me in. Oh Lordy, when my pride got the best of me, when my pride got the best of me, I was a stuck up, no good son of a gun until the good Lord set me free. Found a way to put it all together now, tried to make the whole world see. Foolish pride be gone, glory Saint Mary, hallelujah, let me be. Cold hard money, cash fashion clothes, living it up every day. Weekend trips up to Vegas, right up into the repo cane. But there I was on the ground with it coming down till I saw a shimmering light. Lady Luck in a two-piece bikini, y'all, come to fly me home through the night. Lordy, when the dealer got a hold of me, when the dealer got a hold of me, I was a rolling, reeling, two-time cheating till the good Lord set me free. Found a way to put it all together now, tried to make the whole world see. You dirty deal and be gone. Glory sing, baby, hallelujah, let me be. Come on. Got a big old dance room hall, seats reserved for all the folks out in Nashville writing them phony ass country songs. And if people ever get to asking Mr. Gabe Lee how you end up here, I look him dead in the eye. My only reply is to hit him with a mile-long stare. Lordy, when the devil got a hold of me, when the devil got a hold of me, I felt a black hole way down deep in my heart till the good Lord set me free. Found a way to put it all together now, tried to make the whole world see. Woo! Punk ass devil be gone. Glory sing, baby, hallelujah, let me be. Punk ass devil be gone. Glory sing, baby, hallelujah. Thank you. As Red said, I was born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee. My folks are from Taiwan, which is this tiny little mountain island in the Pacific. Beautiful island, amazing food, sweet folks. And I grew up in Nashville because my folks moved from that little mountain island in the early 80s. They came to the States for education and jobs, which they both found. And by the string of fate or the grace of God, my brother and I were born and raised in Nashville with a love for country music, gospel, bluegrass music as well. And it figures that, the second generation, I guess, son of first generation Taiwanese immigrants would fall in love and marry a redneck from Alabama, right? We got married last October. And Reagan is the youngest of three, right? And she's the only girl. So, she's the princess of Montevallo, or Alabaster, rather, is the little town they're from. So you can imagine, the look on her parents' face when she brought me home. They were probably expecting her to one day bring home Mr. All-American, Instead, they got an Asian John Prine, which is, good enough, I guess. I'll take that. We got engaged in February of last year and then married in October. So during that time, I was, we were working with all the questions and concerns you have about putting a big day together, and it was a whole family affair. Her grandparents made all the desserts. We had it at her uncle's lodge. My band played us down the aisle. It was very sweet. But putting the day together, we had all the normal questions that people ask. It was outdoors. Is the weather going to hold up? Is the band going to stay sober enough to play? Is your dad going to show up? And it all worked out fine. But last summer, I sat down with a buddy of mine and wrote this song, kind of addressing those questions. And we kind of got to the end of the song, and the chorus is the answer to that question, which is basically just, we don't need any of this stuff. We just need you and me, babe. We don't need all this fancy accoutrement for the wedding. We can save it all for a house, right? So this is called The Wedding Song. What if the dress don't fit just right, and my boots are a little too tight? What if the fish are biting and your dad's nowhere to be found? What if the steak is way too tough and the band gets way too drunk? What in the world is your mama gonna do now? Honey, it's not too late to set a date with a magistrate. We could save all that money for a house. Just you and me and a pawn shop ring. What a sight to see, you and me. Maybe your brother's gonna be right. It's gonna rain all day and night. He swears the farmer's almanac is never wrong. You know I love your family, all southern charm and profanity. It's a wonder why we even get along. Honey, it's not too late to set a date with a magistrate. We could save all that money for a house. Just me and you in a second-hand suit with a vow to boot, me and you. Before you walk down that aisle, we'll make a break, slip on out, find a chapel with a fat Elvis somewhere. Just you and me and a pawn shop ring. What a sight to see, you and me. Yeah, that's me next to you in my second-hand suit with a vow to boot, me and you. And that's the God's honest truth between me and you. Wedding song. Thank you.
It's Gabe Lee with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. The WDVX Blue Plate Special is presented by Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria. It's on Jackson Avenue, down in Knoxville's Old City, home of the Big Plate on Fridays. Tomorrow, the Abby Elmore Band will be with us on the Big Plate. You can find out more about that by visiting our website at WDVX.com. Support also comes from Modelo Especial and Corona Extra. Additional support comes from Visit Knoxville. So, Gabe, you know, that thing that they do, I mean, it's natural to you because you grew up there, but, you know, Nashville songwriters like to, you know, do the date, you know, make the date and write the songs together and, you know, have a cup of coffee and sit in a room. I don't know how it works. I don't understand it really. Do you do that? Do you participate in the co-writing thing?
I like to write at my kitchen table mostly, or in the car. Mm-hmm. I spend so much time chasing interstate in between gigs. And when you have 5 to 7 hours a day in the truck, you learn to entertain yourself, right? So my wife thinks I'm psychotic I drive in silence pretty much all the time. She always needs music going, but I kind of sing in my head and work on songs while I'm you know, just cruising down the road. As for co-writing in Nashville, yeah, it's a huge thing. Like you have all these publishing houses and they find all these writers in town. They try to catch them right as they're like, you know, blowing up, so that you know, they'll get a couple hit songs, they'll pitch them to the right artists on country radio, and then, you know, that writer ends up making a career and usually signing on with like one of these publishing houses for a deal for a certain amount of time. But that means they have a quota of like songs they have to fill every year, right, or every quarter. And for me, I'm not. You know, for some people that works great. They can get up and go into a white room in Sony, you know, and with IKEA furniture, and just be inspired. But for me, I need peace. I need relaxation. I need a specific moment, I guess, at my energy level, to sit down and create something that I think is worthy of sharing. But that's why you end up hearing a lot of stuff coming out of Nashville on country radio that sounds similar, because it's a lot of the same folks doing it by the same method. And of course, you're going to get a very kind of like copied product over time. Some of the best writers I know are really good in those rooms. People will ask them to help come finish a song, stuff like that. I co-write maybe a couple times a year with buddies, and I've learned to enjoy that.
So that answer is kind of no, you know? Not something you love doing.
No.
Okay. Well, you know, with that being said, y'all, I'm going to back out of the way. We're going to get a few more tunes here this afternoon from Gabe Lee on the Blue Plate Special.
Thanks, Red. Been on the road the last 3-4 years. I've played a lot of my own shows, and I've played big rooms, small rooms, and one of my favorite things to do is go out and support bands with, you know, a bigger audience. So I'll go out occasionally. I'll play solo acoustic and just play 30 minutes before a band goes on, and that way I get to share my music with a new town and a new crowd that I wouldn't have drawn myself, you know. And over time, I've learned from these guys like that I consider mentors about what it means to be a member of a music community, and what it means to have a family and maintain a normal life while you're out here living like a double rock star life, just traveling on the road playing shows for a living. And pretty much everybody tells me that, you know, showing up is the most important thing. You know, don't miss any opportunity you can take, because in this life and in this business especially, every opportunity is important. The song is called "Surrender to the Rain." I was just a young boy, mason jar in hand, waiting in the front yard for the storm to roll in. No stranger to the thunder, riding on the wind. I never was the brightest child, just fool enough to understand. Easy way to miss a long shot is dropping out of the game. If all you ever do is run and hide, you can't learn from the pain. Some people spend their whole life between the sun and the sycamore shade, but you will never catch lightning till you surrender to the rain. I was dropping out of music school, age 18. I was gonna start a rock and roll band, chasing tail in a dream. Years later I'm a lonely man, tending bar and serving drinks. Nowadays I switch a kegger out, oh, but you should have heard me sing. Easy way to miss a long shot is dropping out of the game. If all you ever do is run and hide, you can't learn from the pain. Some people spend their whole life between the sun and the sycamore shade, but you will never catch lightning till you surrender to the rain. If the sunset of your last chance nearly fading out of you is tearing you up inside, I know what you're going through. I'm not saying that a better life can't up and fall out of the blue. I ain't getting any wiser, man, but this I know to be true. Easy way to miss a long shot is dropping out of the game. If all you ever do catch lightning till you surrender to the rain. You know, being on the road is it goes hand in hand with being a songwriter. I think there's so many beautiful parts of this country, and beautiful people as well. And on the flip side, there are places that are a complete disaster and a wreck. And I feel like as a songwriter, we kind of live in between those worlds. When we travel around, we get to bring stories from one place to the other. I feel like being a troubadour, there's a few things that separates one road dog from the other as far as who can, last on this adventure that we call a music career. I think one of the most important things as a full-time traveler that you have to be good with as a full-time bona fide road dog is public restrooms. Yeah, it's a big issue. I'm not talking about Buc-ee's. I mean, Buc-ee's you can go in there at any time of day, and you could practically eat off the toilet seat. It's so clean. I'm talking about like 2 a.m. East Tennessee, that MAPCO on the side of the road, and the crappers around back. And you got to go in and ask the gas station attendant for the key, right? It's always attached to a baseball bat for some reason, and you just because there's a bear back there probably that's going to get you. I've noticed that driving around as much as I do, that it doesn't matter big town or small, it doesn't matter what season or time of year it is, and it doesn't really matter the political state of the world or our country. There are always fireworks for sale. And I was chewing on that because what fireworks represent, obviously, is it's in our national anthem. For Christ's sake, it represents a fight for independence. But what it actually represents, firearms, is a controversial thing in this country. And I was thinking about why this symbol is like this magical representation of freedom and independence, but at the same time, what it actually represents is kind of hard to talk about for our country. I wanted to write a song that kind of rode that fence line between why we argue about one thing, but then on the flip side, every baseball game, football game, 4th of July parade, we blow things up. This is called Fireworks for Sale. It's a hot day in Canaan, it's the 4th of July. The star-spangled banners painted on the sky. The storefronts are sagging in the slow summer heat. Make you double up on ice in your post 9-to-5 drink. Just right there off of Main is your old Dairy Queen. About everyone I know has been fired from that thing. Sits across Grandpa's church, pinewood and birch. AC long sacrificed to the Old Testament verse. I heard the president of the TVA says the record highs ain't gonna break for at least a month, but as far as he can tell, with a good bit of luck, the power grid's gonna hold up, and there will always be fireworks for sale. Never mind the weather, haven't you heard the news? The governor's been caught with blood money on his boots. We used to call him a vampire. Now we finally got the proof. He's gonna go to court. He's gonna pay his daddy judge to look the other way, while we're all out here roasting to hell, while the good poor folks pay for that damn rich man's bail. at least there'll always be fireworks for sale. Every morning, every night, red, white, and blue flashing lights on a road sign says they're open all day. They got black hats, smoke grenades, viper shells, and devil cakes. Near anything between a spark and a flame. So the dollar may crumble, what's left of government might fail, and you might start to wonder about the freedom you've held. Well, don't you worry about our old faded glory, for as long as there are shadows to repel, there will always be fireworks for sale. Thank you.
It's Gabe Lee. So you can find more information at GabeLeeTN.com for more information. Saturday, he'll be in Monticello, Kentucky. And on May 24th, he'll be headed down to Texas for the Kerrville Folk Festival. You can find the complete tour schedule right there on the website, GabeLeeTN.com. Gabe's got some merch available here after the show, and we always encourage our audience just to shake and howdy with our performer and thank them for making music for us here today on the show. Tomorrow, it's the Big Plate, live from Barley's at noon with the Abby Elmore Band will be with us. You can find more information about that at WDVX.com. Gabe, thanks so much for being here today and playing some music and making that effort to drive 8 hours today just to play some tunes for us. So we really appreciate it. Will you leave us with the last one?
Absolutely. This is on the last record. It's, like I said, stories and songs from people that I've met along the way. And this is a sadder one. It comes from the Delta, Mississippi area of some folks that I knew down there. It's cold in Mississippi, longest day of the year. The geese cry in the wind as I wade into the Delta, a shotgun in my hand, knowing I'll never see you again. Her cancer gave no warning, dug its roots into her ground, wild as the kudzu on the highways of the South. Barely time to dream of better days to get her by. She was gone in the blink of an eye. Time to time we all lose something, but it don't mean nothing to me. Like this, all broken. Lord, if you can hear me, I swear to leave you alone. If you just pick up the phone, I'd want you to know you can take me when she goes for marigold. Last spring you cleaned out the cast iron, you hung it up. I've been hungry ever since. Nothing fills me up no more, and the drinking sucks. It carves me up just thinking about it. I wish I could take you driving, we'd roll into town, see the Christmas lights up on the square, watching the sun go down, setting fire to the air. No, honey, we ain't gotta go anywhere. Time to time we all lose something, but it ain't mean nothing to me. Like this, all broken. Lord, if you can hear me, I swear to leave you alone. If you just pick up the phone, I'd want you to know you can take me when she goes from Marigold. 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 Oh, marigold. Thank you.
That's Gabe Lee. Thank y'all. Join us again next time for more real live music on the Blue Plate Special.